I went to Iraq on the OIF-3 tour, so that would have been end of '04 to beginning of '06. And then I went to Afghanistan in 2008. So we left out in 2007, got back at the beginning of 2009.
All right. So I've interviewed guys who were in Iraq during the '04, '05, '06, even up to '07. That was a bad time in Iraq. The enemy had just developed some unique ways of killing troops, IEDs or Chinese weapons that would shoot projectiles horizontally into tanks and pierce the armor. It was a scary, scary time.
So I think the first thing that really stands out is I went into Eastern Baghdad with the Field Artillery Unit. And the Field Artillery Unit was told that they'd be Eastern Baghdad, and then we go out into the desert, and we probably spend, 6 months of our deployment in the desert doing field artillery operations. And we ended up having a change of mission once we got there and staying there in Eastern Baghdad with a loom platoon. So that was the only true field artillery mission we had, and the rest was ground combatives. So patrols and all the sorts of different combat missions that you have associated with the infantry units. And that came with modulation and everything else. So, the hard part of that is you're running operations with soldiers that have obviously been through all the basic training and all, but you're doing infantry, shoot, move, and communicate with, people who are mechanics, cooks, so on and so forth. And even the field artillery, soldiers, that's not their, true mission every day. They're lifting heavy munitions and making stuff happen, right? And supporting the combat multiplier on the ground, right? So it was an interesting mission for our unit to have. And I think the hardest things are, seeing the diversity of missions and knowing when things could have been prevented that happened in theater. And then, being dumbfounded by the advances that were made by the enemy during that time that then impacted, we had EFMPs.
Yep.
EFMPs tore through everything that's out there. And the only way to prevent those on major routes were to put 24-hour patrols out.